Have you studied the embryology of the eyeball? It has something to do with that. Embryological origin of the retina. Anyone knows? Embryological origin of retina. Okay, I will go now explain that. But remind me, I have to explain you to the fundus oculi. Let's go back. That why these two layers are moving forward, right? Let's talk about the development of the retina, how it develops. As you know that during the development of central nervous system, first of all, ectodermal thickness is there, which is basically neural plate. You know that during embryological development, ectodermal thickness is made as a neural plate, then it edges are raised and it becomes neural fold or groove, and eventually they fuse together and they convert into neural tube. Is that right? All of you know that? Now, actually, from this neural tube, eventually central nervous system develops. And retina is part of the central nervous system. Retina is the part of central nervous. Retina is the only part of central nervous system which you can look through ophthalmoscope. Retina is the only part of the central nervous system you can look through ophthalmoscope. It means retina is deriving from neural tube. Now let me tell you exactly how. Let's suppose this is your neural tube, right? This is phallic end and this is caudal end. Upper end of the neural tube and lower. During the development of central nervous system, first of all, three bulges developed here. Right? Now, this is called, these three bulges, ballooning. I will explain it very briefly. These three balloons, these are called, yes, forebrain vesicle, midbrain vesicle, hindbrain vesicle. Or we call it, yes, prosencephalon, cephalon, mesencephalon, and rhombencephalon. All of you know that? Now, out of this is your, what is this? Prosencephalon. Prosencephalon with further development divide into two parts. And here is now your mesencephalon. And what is this? Rhombencephalon. And here is remaining neural tube, right? Now look at it. This prosencephalon, it divided into two vesicles. This vesicle is called telencephalon, and this part of vesicle, this is called Diencephalon, right? It means prosencephalon, right? It divides into two secondary swellings. This is telencephalon and this is Diencephalon. Am I clear? How to remember this is Dian and that is Telen? Just remember Lady Diana is here. Just remember Lady Diana is here. And from here the telescopes are there. Always looking at Lady Diana, you know. So Diencephalon is in and telencephalon is around. Am I clear? Now, from the telencephalon, not from the telencephalon, from the Diencephalon, beautiful retina comes. It must come from Diana, right? You know, she was one of the most beautiful lady, right? So, from here, special outpouchings come. From where? From Diencephalon. These outpouching which are coming out, this tissue which is coming out, of course this is central nervous system tissue. This is called optic vesicle. What is it called? Optic vesicle. Right? Now, as it moves anteriorly, right? For example, here is Diencephalon, it is moving anteriorly like this. When it is moving anteriorly, here it develops an invagination. Of course, telencephalon is here. Now, as it is moving anteriorly, it develops an invagination. And it also develops, this is the other, what is this? Invagination. When this invagination develops, we say optic vesicle has developed an optic cup. What is it?
Optic cup.
Yes, optic cup. Is that right? Now you see optic cup has how many layers? One inner layer and one outer layer. As time passes by, this optic cup, as it grows, right, it does many things, but I will only explain related with the retina. Right? This is the optic cup. Am I clear? Now, actually, outer layer of the optic cup, yes, it differentiates into pigment layer of retina. Am I clear? Outer layer of the optic cup differentiate into pigment epithelium of the retina. An inner layer differentiates into, what is this? Neuronal layer. Am I clear? Right? In this way, retina is derived. Now listen carefully. Retina is derived from where? From the optic cup, which was developed from optic vesicle, which was coming from Diencephalon. Is that right? And this optic cup was having double layer. Outer layer differentiated into pigment epithelium of retina, and inner layer differentiated into neuronal layer with right neuronal layer. Am I clear? Now, in this neuronal layer, I will draw it further bigger. This is optic stalk, and here was your optic cup. Here it was. Now you will tell me, this outer layer was which? Pigment epithelium, right? And yes, this was pigment epithelium. And what is this layer? Rod and cone neuronal layer. This neuronal layer, rod and cone terminates here. And here also rod and cone terminate here. This is then, this point become optic disc, right? Okay. Now this is neuronal layer. But actually, outside it, the structures which are developing around this, you know, here is what? Choroid. And what is here? Ciliary body. And what is here? Ciliary body. And what is developing here? Choroid. And of course, here is development of what? Sclera. Is that right? This is developing, and cornea here. Now, you can see that, and here is of course what? Your iris. This layer continues up to here, and this also continues up to here. Am I clear? And in the inner layer, they have rod and cone up to this area, but at ora serrata, ahead to it, there are no rod and cones, only little sporting tissue continues on it, and then they fuses here. You understand? They will fuse. This is the point, this point. So this point is at pupil actually. This is at the margin of pupil. And then this double layer is behind on the ciliary body. Behind it, rods and cones are added, and then become the visual part of the retina. So some authorities believe that they say there is non-visual part of the retina and visual part of the retina. Visual part of the retina is continuing up to ora serrata, and non-visual part of the retina continues as double epithelium on the ciliary body and behind it. Other authorities say up to the ora serrata is retina, true retina, right? They only say retina is up to the ora serrata, and beyond that they say retinal, which epithelium? Pigment epithelium, and neuronal layer cells convert into epithelial cells, and this double layer continues over ciliary body to in the inner aspect of ciliary body and on the back of the right, and this opening here is your pupil. Now you got an? Yes. Clear? Okay, good.